All parents dream of having healthy children. For some parents, their journeys begin with all the anticipation, expectation, and hope that comes with new life. But their paths take unexpected turns because of a rare, progressive genetic disease called MPS.
So what's particularly devastating about these disorders is that most children are born looking completely healthy. And the parents bring home a child who they feel is going to be a healthy child. They have all the aspirations that every parent has for what that child is going to do in the future. And usually within the first 1 to 3 years of life, it becomes obvious that the child has medical problems. And it's related to the fact that in the child's organs and in all the child's cells, they're beginning to store this mucopolysaccharide, which can't be degraded. So the body can make this mucopolysaccharide, or these glycosaminoglycans, but can't break them down.
Kirsten and I are very healthy, athletic type adults. We didn't realize that we have a gene that's, I guess, recessive in each of us. We come from 2 different countries. I'm from the United States and Kirsten's from Canada. And we met and we wanted to start our family, and we didn't realize that this would affect us, and obviously we didn't even realize it until he was 5 years old. And I remember the comment that Nicholas said to me, because he was an avid hockey player, because at that time I was playing professionally, and I was taking him to hockey practice, and he asked me why his fingertips were curled at the ends. And I guess in my hockey mind and as a father, I just said, well, maybe God meant you to be a hockey player because hockey gloves are actually curled. And so that was my answer, not realizing what he had at that time because the diagnosis hadn't come in.
As a result of the buildup of mucopolysaccharides, symptoms begin to appear, and parents realize that something is not quite right. MPS disorders are rare, so rare that misdiagnosis is common. And once a diagnosis is finally made, parents feel lost, alone, overwhelmed, and devastated.
It was the most devastating and horrifying news that any parent could ever receive. It actually left us numb for months. It just took us forever to come to grips with the journey that we had in front of us.
We found out in November of last year, but our journey actually began in about June of last year. So we started testing then. So the last year and change has been an incredible journey for us, and we know we're just starting. But the initial reaction was one of horror, sadness, despair.
Well, it's a pretty life-changing event to find out that your child has a disease that could kill her.
At the MPS Society, our vision is a future where there are treatments and even cures available for all types of MPS and related lysosomal storage disorders. But along the way to that, we need to continue to support the families for whom there are no treatments available.
The innovative approach to research for MPS delivers a broad benefit to medicine and healthcare in this country.
The framework that is established, or that is being established in Canada as well as around the world, with respect to the integration of MPS treatments to patients with MPS, are really setting the foundation for the advances that are going to occur for other rare diseases. For the perspective of MPS disorders, donors clearly make a huge difference here. When one is considering donating funds or donating time, well, one really wants to do it in an area where you really feel there's going to be an impact from your investment. And I think it's very clear that the MPSs, and in fact the whole group of lysosomal storage disorders, are right at the point where this is not a hypothetical, maybe this will work approach. The proof of concept for the treatment of MPS disorders is there. And what is needed now are very small amounts of seed money. And for some of the disorders, we now have treatments that have drastically impacted the disorders. We haven't cured them, but we've drastically impacted them. But the amount of knowledge that we now are gaining, even on an annual basis with these disorders, is truly outstanding.
In the 8 years I've been involved, I've seen 4 new treatments for our kids come down the pipe. That's extraordinary. If Sarah was born 20 years ago, she wouldn't be with us right now. Isn't that amazing?
What I realized is that people that live with MPS or other rare diseases live in isolation in the community. By helping out with the MPS Society, I was able to reach out to these members of our community and allow them to feel that there is support for them in our community. By reaching out to families who are dealing with a rare disease, not only made me feel like I was making a difference in their life, but it made me feel like they were making a significant difference in my life and the life of my family.
We invite you to join in our efforts to create a brighter future for children with MPS. Whether you choose to make a donation online, participate in an established fundraiser, organize an event of your own, or commit to a planned gift, your support will have a significant impact on the journeys of those living with MPS. Please join our team. Help us help kids raise their arms in victory over MPS.
In the future, when a child is diagnosed with MPS, they'll know they have a long and bright future ahead of them.
There is a very, very heavy financial burden on the family, so it's a bit of a double whammy, if you'll say. You know, you're dealing with a child that's very sick. On top of that, you're financially burdened having to deal with taking care of that child. So, you know, the funding is, you know, people that are funding out there, I'd say thank you very much. Words couldn't describe the thanks that we could convey to you, but we do appreciate that.
To make a donation or for more information, please visit www.mpssociety.ca.